Brett's a young man that we recruited a couple years ago. He was playing for BGSU alumni Steve Dickinson in the Honey Bake program up in Detroit, which is a great AAA program. And Brett was playing on the midget major team, which at that time was one of the better midget major teams in the country. And Brett's a center. He makes all kinds of hockey plays around the rink. He's comfortable on the penalty kill. He's comfortable on the power play. He's a real good face-off guy. He's a detailed kind of kid. And according to his coaches and everybody that he's played for, he's a kid that when you push him, he'll progress. And he's a kid that wants to be pushed. We think Brett's got a chance to come in here and help us in all areas. He's a left-handed centerman. We see him being a centerman when he gets here, but he probably could play on the wing if need be. He's a kind of kid that he's about 5'11", 6 feet tall, 185 pounds. Works hard in the weight room. Actually has a gym kind of at his house where a lot of guys, in a barn where a lot of guys work out around his area. He's a Michigan kid, not too far up the road, so that's good for us. It's a nice fit there. In terms of where we see Brett playing, I would say center to start. I would say getting an opportunity to help out as a left-handed kid on the power play, potentially be a penalty kill guy if because of the fact that he's a good face-off guy, and if he's willing to get in the way and block shots, then he's going to have an opportunity to kill penalties. And we don't see any reason he can't do that because he does it at the junior level. Yeah, it's a situation where we really don't know exactly what's going to happen with Brett. We're leaving the door open for Brett to come in next fall. We have to figure that out in terms of, we just want what's best for Brett. He's our kind of kid all day. He's the kind of kid that we feel is going to thrive in our environment because he, like I said before, he wants to be pushed. He does his best when he's in a situation where he needs to focus every day and get after it, which will be great for him. In terms of when he comes in, you're right, we're pretty crowded up the middle next year. We do have a lot of guys. We may be, if he's not in here next fall, then it'll be the following fall when there's, obviously we lose Andrew Wallace and Cam Watala, so we have 2 center spots opening up. And that may be the best time for Brett to come in, but yet we'll determine that once his season's over. He's still, like Kevin, both these guys are still playing in the playoffs, and their teams have won their first rounds and are into the second round, so it's good that they're getting some playoff experience. But we'll determine when Brett's coming in at the end of his season. We'll sit on top with him and his family and figure out what's best for Brett. Yeah, when we first went to talk to Steve Dickinson about Brett, he described Brett as he's the only guy, in speaking about his forwards, he's the only guy that I feel comfortable putting out there if we need a goal, if we're tied, or if we're up a goal. He's the kind of guy I can put out there in all situations. He's very good on face-offs, and the thing we recognized about Brett right away was he makes a lot of the little hockey plays that maybe the average fan may not see, in terms of winning draws consistently, in terms of making that 10-foot pass that it's not real exciting or anything like that, but it's the play that was needed to be made at that time. And again, we think he shoots the puck really well, and his hands are good enough to where we think he's got an opportunity to be on the half wall on the power play or play down low on the power play because he's poised with it, and like I said, he can shoot the puck. So we see him kind of filling those roles. But the first thing that jumped out to us was that his coach had confidence in him in all situations.